In this video, I will be showing you how to use the Varsity Stat Book. Um, you can also click on this frequently asked questions that gives you some information on entering rosters, entering schedules. I believe Bill is entering the rosters though. How to get the other team's roster from Max Prep, and how to sync in and some of the other features. But I'm going to be going through the actual entering of the stats. So once you log in, you're going to go to varsitystatbook.com and use the credentials that Bill gives you. You'll see across the top team home, which is where we are. You'll see the schedule, which I believe is already in, roster, team admin, reports, and referrals. So I've already created a game, a test game. You can see there's a T next to it, which marks it as a test. If you wanted to create another test, you just go to schedule and add new game. You can select your opponent, the game date, the time, and you can see down here it says test game. So stats will be ignored so you can practice. So I'm going to go into our team home, and I'm going to go to game tracker. This is what you would do for a regular game as well. So once I'm in, you'll see something that looks like this. So you see the quarter, the game clock, where the ball is, and on the right, you'll see swap sides. If they're going on opposite sides, you can see that the ball changes. You can see all the stats so far, Hickory player status, and that's after we enter things. You can have basic play editor or advanced play editor. I'll show you the differences and the jerseys. So obviously when the game starts, we have our kickoff. So we have kickoff, penalty, timeout, override, activity. We're going to start with the kickoff. So kickoff, then we get our play editor, and it defaults to caught on Greenville 10, tackled Greenville 10. So you choose the kicking team if it's Hickory. If it's the other team, you choose the other side. Kicker, I'm just going to select Will Gruber, and we'll say he's kicking. Now I have my kick details. Was it returned? Was it a touchback? Was it out of bounds? Was it an onside kick? Was it recovered by the kicking team? Now right now I'm in the basic play editor. If I wanted to change this to advanced play editor, for this, you don't see much of a difference. I'll show you once we get into the plays. So let's say it was returned, and the returner, we'll say, was Brady for Greenville. And let's say they caught it at the 10, or let's say they didn't catch it at the 10, it defaults to the 10. Let's say they caught it at the 15. So I can go up 5 yards. They caught it at the 15. On the Greenville side, if it was a touchdown, you can click on touchdown. If they fumbled, you can click on fumbled. If it was just a regular return, let's say he was tackled. Say he was tackled at the 17. Just press the plus button. He was tackled at the 17. Tackled by somebody on Greenville. I can select the tackler. Let's say it was Notorious. Let's say there was an assisting player, Luke. Let's say there was another assisting player. I can hit the plus sign, Simeon. Okay, once that is done, I have who caught it, where they caught it, where they returned to on the Greenville side, who tackled them, and now let's say 10 seconds ran off the clock. So now I'm at 11:50. Okay? If I'm finished, I can click on confirm. But let's say they were out of bounds. I can click on out of bounds. I could say where. I can also, then I get the game clock. Again, I can do ruled down. Let's say there's a penalty. You can get into the penalties. But for this, let's say they were tackled at the 17. They're at the 12 because it went back to I'm sorry, 17. Tackler, tackler. And let's say it's at 11:50. So hit confirm. And now you can see the ball is at the Greenville 17. There's 11:50 on the clock, so in the first quarter. And let's say the first play, now we have all of our plays over here, whether it's a run, a pass, a punt, field goal, a sack, interception, and all of your options. Let's say the first play is a run. So I click on run. If you have formation, you can get in there, but there aren't any formations available. So here, if I go into advanced play editor, I can say if it's on the hash mark of the left or the right. I don't know if Bill's going to want you to do that or not. All right, so it's a run. We choose the rusher, play direction, left, middle, or right. If I go back to the basic play editor, you don't get those options. I'm not sure what Bill's going to want you to do on that. I can see if it's a touchdown, a fumble, a safety, or a touchback. And again, over here on the right, if he was tackled, you say what yard line he was tackled on. Let's say he got 3 yards, so he went to the 20. Let's say Notorious and Vincent tackled him. Now I go down here. Let's say 10 seconds, ran off the clock again. I click on confirm. Let's say the next is a pass. Let's say the passer was Brady. Pass result. If it was complete, I click on complete, and then the name, where they caught it. Let's say they caught it at the Greenville 23. If it was a touchdown, a fumble, safety, or touchback. Let's say he was tackled again. It's automatically at the 23 because that's where he caught it. But let's say he got to the 27. Again, I have my tacklers. And again, I can change the time of the clock and confirm. Okay, let's say they pass another. Same passer is already filled in. Let's say it was incomplete. And now you have end of play, or you have a penalty. We'll just say there was no penalty on this. And let's say 5 seconds ran off. Confirm. So now you can see there's 11:25 left on the Greenville 27. And we'll just do pass again. If there was an interception, you can say who it was intercepted by. But we're going to do complete at the Greenville 32. Let's say it was out of bounds. They were forced out of bounds at the Greenville 28. And then I go back. I change the time. Confirm. Over here, I can go to punt, and I get all of my options. Field goal, all of my options. Sack, my options. Intentional down. Bad snap fumble, if they called a timeout. If there was a penalty, penalized player, position on the field, down and distance, penalty type. And then I can override any activity. So let's say we do a pass, it was completed, and let's say it was a touchdown. Okay, so they caught it at 32, it was a touchdown. Now we go over to our extra point details, PAT, 2-point conversion. You get your kicker, or you'd have missed as well, made or missed. And then again, I can go down with the time, confirm, and now you have the touchdown. At the top, it says Greenville 7, Hickory 0, and I go back to my kickoff. So I can do my kickoff again. And let's say it was a touchback. And I confirm. Now I go back into my runs, passes, and whatnot.